Hello everybody, this is the very first video of my YouTube channel and I'm so sorry that बहुत late हो गया हमें because a lot of work, a lot of client pieces going on, a lot of gowns and the Pongal reel, it did so well. I did see that coming but it did too well. Honestly, it has like 400k something likes. I want to give you a little more about the construction of the gown because I feel like in short form content I don't get to talk as much about all the nerdy things about dressmaking and pattern making and all these things because not all consumers of my content are dressmakers and fashion designers. Most of them are normal people who look at dresses as a fantasy and they don't really want to look into all the details of it, like the construction details of it. So a lot of cutting, pressing, a lot of that apart from pattern making. I really had to sit down and think as to what parts of gown I want to highlight. For this one, obviously the skirt was the highlight. It was where all the drama was going on, and the corset was comparatively subtle, very much gold and white and just full of pearls. I love the details on the corset. We'll come back to that later. First, about the fabric, it was extremely soft and thin, and fortunately very lightweight because to make that gown lightweight, although it was not light at all, it was extremely heavy. But I'm so glad that the fabric was very flowy and soft and very light. It was easy to gather. Bottom most tier of the skirt to have the most green, and then as we went ahead on top, like the tiers near the corset, I wanted them to be more white and gold, and then the corset completely white and gold. And I wanted to do it with sleeves this time. One of the most interesting things about the gown is of course the trimming on the lowermost tier, which is that 3D chocolate cushion like trimming that we did. So this strip, the long strip, that was actually the pallu of the sari because it was entirely green, and so we converted all the pallus into this very long continuous strip and then we twisted it, and that's how we created that cushion like thing. And then to give it that volume, that 3D effect, we stuffed it with some polyester wadding. It took us a while to understand what is like the fastest way to make that trimming. We thankfully could do it all on a sewing machine because it would have taken forever if we had done it with our hands. The corset, it was pretty simple because I've made so many of them at this point. It is pretty easy for me to put together a nice corset. We did one test with the model who was going to be wearing and showcasing the dress. She was not very tall again, and for big skirts especially, it is very good to have models who are tall. Now the layers of the corset, if I talk about it, there is the main fabric, which is very interesting. So what we did is we combined a lot of borders of the sari together and converted into a fabric because no part of the sari was as gold as I would want the corset to be. So I converted the borders, attached it together and made into a fabric, and that's how I got the corset out of. Now let's talk about the gathers, the layers of the skirt. There were not many layers of the skirt, surprisingly, for us to achieve that volume. There was only a hoop skirt, and initially we thought that we would attach all the gathers to the hoop skirt. But later we found out that the fabric of the hoop skirt was not very strong and it wouldn't be able to, take all that weight. So what we ultimately did is we created one more skirt which had the heaviest tiers attached to it, and then the hoop skirt, just to make it stronger, we attached a few more steel hoops to it. So every channel in the hoop skirt had around 3 steel hoops in it. So that's how we were able to sustain, because of the weight of the skirt, because of the weight of the outermost skirt with the gathers, the hoop skirt was collapsing and that was not working out. So we had to make the hoop skirt heavy and also make the main skirt a separate skirt from the hoop skirt. Also, the topmost tier of the gathers is attached to the corset, but it looks like it is attached to the skirt. It looks like the skirt is like one entity and the corset is another entity, but it is not like that. If you detach the skirt, like detach the corset, it will turn into this mini dress, which I really wanted it to have, like a mini dress version of this entire ball gown. As I saw the dress coming together, it just, I was not, I was a little unsure about how it would look because I had never made an entire ball gown with just saris because, saris offer a very limited kinds of motifs, and so I did not know how it would look like, but I was extremely happy with the way it turned out. Finally, after working so hard for 4 days straight, all All of us, my entire team, we worked so hard on it, and then finally it was the shoot day, which was like one day before the Pongal. That morning, we got ready. The model came here early in the morning. The makeup artist had come all the way from Mumbai. We had so much fun. We drove all the way to Murshi. Murshi is another city near Pune. Parked our cars there, and then we start setting up the Pongal. It was getting very late. हमने रंगोली बनाई and we set up the pots. It was so much fun. We put the dress on her over there because obviously car में वो dress पहन के बैठना was like not possible at all. Did some makeup का touch up and then we started shooting. And me and my manager were thinking of what song to do, what dance to do, because I wanted a dance for sure. We wanted to do a ball dance on a Tamil song for sure. So we had a few songs. We just threw some steps together from YouTube and made this little performance. We took the corset to the model and literally put the corset on her and danced with her, showed her how the dance is gonna be, and practiced it. And literally like 2 days after that, we shot it directly there. It turned out pretty good. It was a pretty simple dance, but for the reels that are gonna come ahead, I want to do like a better dance. A slightly more engaging, I mean, the reel will be dress focused, but I want the dance to be like to speak for itself as well, like that. The embellishments, I was so excited because I wanted it to look extremely regal, and I wanted pearls obviously because it's white, white and gold. So we went to Ravi Pet in Pune, which is like my go-to place for embellishments. Everybody knows that. People know me there. So come on. That place, and we got everything we could in white and gold and polki. Polki was pretty because I think polki has that shine because like from far away, in low light as well, it shines very very well. So definitely did polki. We did lotuses on the hips of the corset. Those were literally necklaces. We broke those necklaces and stitched them onto the waistline because I wanted something on the waistline, like some sort of kamar band. That's what they do in South India, and something similar. I know polki is not their go-to thing, but yeah, it looked cute, so why not? And I found these elephants. I don't know what they're used for. I don't know why they were selling them there, but very cute. And I thought, why not? Let's do elephants on the lowermost tier. Did the golden hibiscus and bought a lot of random jewels and literally ended up not using half of them. But anyways, it's fine. We'll use it somewhere. I know they'll go somewhere on a very pretty dress. It was so much fun dancing, and the model, she was getting tired because the gown was so heavy. I really wanted to do temple jewelry situation either in the hair, on the embellishments of the corset, and I think the only place, we almost did no temple jewelry on the corset, which is fine. We ended up buying a lot though, but we'll use it somewhere. It was so satisfying to just look at the finished base corset, the boning. It could stand on its own. It was a piece of sculpture. The way, oh my god, I was obsessed. Extremely. It was so well made. I mean, the more and more I am doing these corsets, the better I'm getting at it, which is so obvious. But then, come on, it just satisfies me every time I make one. The fit was amazing. The way it just hugged her shoulders and the armhole of the model. Extremely happy with how it turned out. The time I had seen those saris in the store, I have been always wanted to do a big ball gown, and I was actually going to do it for Ugadi, but then I was like, why wait? Wait for what? So did it anyways, and there are more gowns coming, especially the one which we are making for Valentine's Day. It's gonna be grand. You will see it very soon. You will. I'll post it. And for that YouTube video, I will post it exactly when I post that reel as well, so that you guys won't have to wait. And thank you so much again for the Pongal reel and for all the love you show me on Instagram. Hoping for you to also like my YouTube. I will get good at it, background wise, everything wise. I will get good at it, but I want to start somewhere. So this is the video for that. Thank you so much. Bye.